What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Charlamagne the God and Meek Mills, you coming out swinging to protect your boo. Y'all, listen. Last week, I know I went in on Charlamagne the God and Meek Mills because there was a billionaire, Michael Rubin, who never wants anybody speaking about his people, talking Black culture down into the gutter, and he did it in front of Black hosts on the Breakfast Show. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but the culture is one of hate and blah, 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 right? And I said, Now, here's the thing. Meek Mill's goofy self came in here to not only defend Michael Rubin, because Michael Rubin then half but apologized. But then Meek Mills came in not only to defend Michael Rubin, but to say that he shouldn't have been the one to say it. It should have been a Black man, but no Black man is man enough to do it. And I said, Bleak, ain't you the Black man they talking about? You up here now saying that Black men aren't real men because no Black man had the BALLS to talk about the Black culture and tell us about himself. So we shouldn't get mad at your white king, Michael Rubin, for doing it. If you guys don't know, Michael Rubin was the one that was aggressively telling Meek to bunny hop. Remember when Meek said it was a challenge all the sports stars and rappers were doing? And we were like, Meek, we've been on Instagram for the last 4 years. We ain't never heard about that, but okay, right? Well, guess what? Charlemagne, the will always try to walk a fence, realized, I think he went too far. And he came in to talk about what Michael Rubin was talking about, but ended up making things worse. Y'all, let me tell y'all something, right? At the end of the day, I said this once and I will say it again. We need to get a lot of these celebrities. I'm not even going to say, right? I'm not even going to say that we need to get them out of there, because if y'all want to give them a career, so be it, right? Like, I could care less. I'm not going to be listening to The Breakfast Club. I'm not going to be watching Charlemagne's TV show. I don't care who Charlemagne is telling me to vote for. I'm not going to be supporting Meek Mills anymore. And that's my choice, right? But I will say this, which I thought it was very, very odd. Charlemagne came out defending Michael Rubin, although no one called Michael Rubin out on the fact that and nobody called Charlemagne out on the fact that anybody else would have gotten canceled if they had spoke in the derogatory, bigoted, in my opinion, racist way that Michael Rubin spoke on the Black culture if they had spoken on it about Michael Rubin's culture. Now, interestingly enough, right? I said this before. Why are we getting mad at Michael Rubin at the end of the day? Because Charlemagne has now said, and Meek Mills has confirmed, that they are the ninjas that be talking trash about their own community to Michael Rubin. But y'all, we got to get into this, because I will say something. It makes them all look pathetic. It makes them look weak. And it makes it look like you can get behind those people if you want. As for me, I'm not going to turn up at all. Okay? Where are we at? Let's get into this whole Michael Rubin thing, because you can't make this up. We're going to want to start at Goofy Meek Mills, because he said some dumb stuff that actually deserves to be. Let's start off with Goofy. There are a lot of goofies with the check, but it also let me know that Meek Mills needs this money to live. This is how he's supporting himself, by being a pet and basically saying that Black men aren't really about. All these people in the manosphere talking about girls that wear weaves and is $100 too much to pay at Applebee's and all stuff. Why don't y'all go after the person that said y'all want men? Or are they talking about different Black men? Anyway, let's get into this, right? Where are we at? Let me pull this up. Hold on. Oh, hold on really quick. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Keep in mind, Michael Rubin did all this on behalf of Drake and also to announce Jay-Z and his new venture. And I'll talk about that in a different video, okay? Listen. So then Michael Rubin was like, might as well put lol, sorry. He came out and apologized and said, where are we at? He said, I got a phone call from one of the people I have the most respect for in the world. And let me tell you something. If it's Meek Mill's goofy self, Michael, you telling on yourself by saying you have respect for Meek Mills. I mean, I guess, even though what's going on with his whole little baseball fanatics thing? Is he about to lose that contract? Because he literally, the new uniforms look like Sheen uniforms, see-through and everything. Did he ever fix that? Anyway, right? He said, they told me while they appreciate my intention, it's not my place to speak on Black culture. I get it and I really appreciate the input. My intention was to show how important it is that we need to uplift each other, stop hate on each other, and push each other to the win and always root for each other's success. Yeah. So Meek Mills jumped in and said, his goofy self, Ruben shouldn't be saying that type of stuff out loud. A black man's supposed to, but nobody's saying it. A black man's supposed to say that black people hate each other and pull each other down because nobody's saying it. You know what I will say one thing? It seems like a lot of male celebrities that roll, black male celebrities, I'm going to talk about them, that roll in that circle all have victim complex. You mad that black people just won't shut up and eat whatever ish you're shoveling. You're mad that the community sees that you are inauthentic and won't support you. Or worse yet, thinks your last album is trash or think that like your cosplay is not that interesting. And because of that, you sit around complaining to your white friends, trying to kiss their butt. Yo, I love the way your community sticks together. It's not like ours. Oh, no way. We always getting shot and killed. Man, shut up. Anyway, a black man supposed to, but nobody's saying it. Meek, why don't you say it? You big and bad. Why don't you say it? You can whine to your little white friends about how nobody like you. Why don't you say it? Anyway, it's like we only collab on songs, women, and parties. You're saying that because a field dominated by entertainers who are naturally cutthroat, naturally competitive, naturally this, in an industry where there can only be one, we only collab. But Michael said that about all black culture. A black man's supposed to say it, but nobody will. He be hearing my friends getting murdered like that, and be like, "Why, Meek? I can't explain it to him in a sensible way." Why don't you go to any Justice Department report on the effects of extreme poverty in any neighborhood, whether it's Native American, Black, Indian, Latino, white, Jewish, whatever it is? Why don't you go to see what poverty causes? Why don't you go to see the effects of like? At the end of the day, Meek Mills is like a joke and a clown. And I actually low key admire, if he wasn't disrespecting his own culture, I low key admire the way he got all these billionaires listening to his little fake stories like he's Soldier Boy, and they really believe it. And they believe it so much that they get their goofy selves up on the Breakfast Club and be like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. And Charlemagne, no, we need to talk about this. Go on. Tell me how many people are a bunch of haters. Why, Charlemagne? Because your show got canceled. You need to talk about. Anyway, right? Anyway, Charlemagne realized that this was very, very, very bad for business. And he actually, and again, he realized that it was very, very bad for business. And he decided that he wanted to actually talk about like what Michael Rubin said. Now, when he said this, I knew he was going to be on some BS, but I didn't know Charlemagne was going to be on this much BS. Hold on, let me pull this up. Found it. Charlemagne the God defends Michael Rubin following black hate comments. Of course, Charlemagne will. They will do anything for a dollar. Next time these people flex about their cars, their rollies, their boats, like I said before, y'all the ones acting like the rent are due. Always. Again, and it's cool. Charlamagne can feel the way he wants, just like I feel the way I want, just like Meek Mill's the way. But again, it's free will all the way around. Anyway, he decided not to give himself Donkey of the Day, not to give Michael Rubin Donkey of the Day, not to give Meek Mills, but to talk his little double talk. He said, when I see the narrative of a really good friend of mine like Meek, and people are trying to, again, if he was gay, which there's not one gay bone in his body, who cares? Number one, if people want to be gay, it's 2024. Wait, I'm sorry, that's what Michael Rubin says. Anyway, right? Charlemagne says his comments were justified. He said, Meek said Michael Rubin shouldn't have said what he said. Actually, let me let Charlemagne actually speak out with this mess. He said, Can we put this on speaker? Hold on.
Yesterday, Michael Rubin had to
Listen to
come
his
on
mess.
Twitter and apologize for some comments that he made while he was here. So one thing I've learned about Black culture that I don't like is that Black hate on hate. Speak on that more. I heard you say that earlier, and I wanted you to expound on that. You said you don't like to see Black people tearing down other Black people. Yeah, it's horrible. You guys correct me if you think I'm wrong. I think there's a little bit of a Black culture of like, it's Black hate on hate. It's like that Black judge that Meek had that hated on him and wanted to go extra hard on him. I think it's terrible. I think it's something that...
Interestingly enough, are you saying in your culture that people will let you guys slide just because you are? Maybe we need to start looking at the judges in your culture and seeing what's going on and how people get. But let's keep going.
I think it's culturally wrong.
Nobody cares what this man
for saying this because.
And honestly, the only reason this man is sitting here is not because he is very bright. It's not because he's very special. It's not because he's done anything. It's because he's a Nepo baby that knew how to invest his money and that people got their hands out like house. Let's keep going.
I'm glad you're saying it openly. If this is the conversations that are being had, I have it all the time. I want to hear this. Yeah, so I think it's wrong. I think why do you not want to build everyone up around you? Why do you not want everyone around you to do great? So after this interview aired,
Listen
of course,
Charlamagne.
he knew it. He said it. He said, "I'm gonna get killed for this." That's exactly.
These coons, but go on.
Started happening, but there were a lot of people online also too agreeing with what he said as well too. But it was.
Listen, we ain't staying changed for 400 years just because one person had a whip that hurt. I'm pretty sure Harriet Tubman told us what she had to do in order to bring everybody to slavery because there was always 30% of the people trying to keep us back in the fields. Let's keep going.
So Michael Rubin came out yesterday with a tweet. He said, "I got a phone call from one of the people I have the most respect for in the world. They told me while they appreciate my intention, it's not my place to speak on Black culture. I get it and really appreciate the input. My intention was to say how important it is that we need to uplift each other, stop hate on each other, and push each other to win, and always root for each other's successes. My bad, much love, appreciate the feedback." And then he tagged all of us so that we saw it. And then that reignited all of the conversation about, was he out of place for speaking on different...
I love the way this girl, I don't even know who she is, she said, but she wants the job so bad that she's defending someone you know nothing about and you're not offended by it. But I'm glad people are identifying. Hold on.
I know Schoolboy Q had tweeted and reposted the video and was like, "I'm cool off this app. There's no such thing as Black on Black anything.
Yeah.
I'm going." Meek also tweeted and spoke out. He said Rubin shouldn't be saying that type of stuff out loud. A Black man is supposed to, but nobody be saying it. Meek saying he felt like Michael Rubin shouldn't have been the one that had to say it, but he did, and he explained why. These are the conversations we had with him, and he doesn't understand it because from his perspective, he wants everybody around him to win. Yeah, Meek said Michael shouldn't have said that out loud. Michael said one of his friends called and said that wasn't his place to say, but guess what? None of those people said he lied. Because he didn't. Now, I'm not in the broad generalizations because we know all Black people don't hate each other. We know all Black people don't tear each other down, but it does happen enough for him to make that observation. And it happens enough for us to have those conversations amongst each other. And as I told him, if those are the conversations they're having in private, bring it to the forefront. We know what it is. We know why it is white supremacy. And I would rather focus on what he said, which is let's continue to push each other up. I'd rather focus on that. Well, he said it really defending Meek because he's seen Meek's career and he's seen how people turned on Meek from the bunny hopping thing to him hugging little baby and how, we attack each other for no reason. There's no proof that Meek was anything, but, everybody made fun of him. Everybody joked him and that could hurt Meek's business. But what he said was absolutely positively right. Let's not sit here and say it wasn't right. It was right. Now, one of the arguments that people were making when this apology...
Yeah, y'all, listen. Listen, at the end of the day, these are the people that the people in power put in to power. These are the people. You have to think like this. You have to toe the line. And right now, Charlemagne is like, "Madam, have a dollar." It is. So all I would say to this is, I'm done with Michael Rubin. I'm done supporting anything he does. I'm done supporting anything Charlemagne does. If y'all believe in what he's saying and y'all think it's true, then y'all go ahead and bunny hop yourselves over to buy Meek's next trash album to support Charlemagne's whatever views he's trying to push, and to make sure that DJ Envy, because that's what DJ Envy's saying, the Black on Black hate, that was like, yo, you literally preyed on your own community, allegedly. Go on and support them. But baby, Cat Williams said 2024 is going to be the year of revelations, and baby, revealed things have been. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye.